Tucker Carlson has now gone fully homophobic on Pete Buttigieg, or Buttigieg, as some like to say. Pete Buttigieg, rather, has taken paternity leave. He and his husband have adopted twins. And Tucker Carlson going in on what? What is he doing? Breastfeeding, huh? Is that why he's taking time off? He's taking time off to learn how to breastfeed? Tucker Carlson mocks Pete Buttigieg's paternity leave as learning how to breastfeed. Fox News host Tucker Carlson mocked Pete Buttigieg for taking paternity leave. Carlson equated Buttigieg, who is gay, taking paternity leave to learning how to breastfeed. Fox News hosts such as Jesse Waters previously bragged about the network offering paternity leave. Let's take a look at the video clip. Here is the homophobic attack on Pete Buttigieg, kind of mixed into some pseudo-political stuff.
But still, the White House does not seem concerned. Pete Buttigieg has been on leave.
By the way, Buttigieg.
His job since August after adopting a child. Paternity leave, they call it, trying to figure out how to breastfeed. No word on how that went. But now he's back in office as the transportation secretary, and he's deeply amused, he says.
Yeah. It's funny how the supposedly manly right-wingers who are alpha and they support the troops and they support being tough and America being tough and being tough at the individual level, they have as a hero Tucker, who never served anywhere, making fun of Pete Buttigieg, who's a veteran, because he's taking care of his kids, and mocking him in a homophobic way. Now, let me address one other element of this. I got a few messages from people and saw a ton of comments online saying stupid liberals saying this is homophobic. This isn't homophobic at all. It might be stupid, but it's not homophobic. Now, I hesitate to even, sometimes when people ask for explanations for certain things, it's like, if you're asking for an explanation, you're not going to understand it. You're not going to see it. I don't know that I can make you see it, but let me try. Homophobia often seeks to feminize men. Breastfeeding is something that biological women do. And Pete Buttigieg is gay. It's a very, very simple feminization of a gay man. That's all it is. And now that he's a father, it's, well, is he breastfeeding? Is that what's going on? It's a very simple, lowbrow bigotry. That's all it is. And Tucker Carlson's audience absolutely loves it. Now, Pete Buttigieg was asked about this a couple of times, whether Pete needs to respond or not, sort of up to Pete Buttigieg. But he said, I'm not going to be apologizing to Tucker Carlson. Says, as you might imagine, we're bottle feeding and doing it at all hours of the day and night. And I'm not going to apologize to Tucker Carlson or anyone else for taking care of my premature newborn infant twins. The work that we are doing is joyful, fulfilling, wonderful work. It's important work. It's work that every American ought to be able to do when they welcome a new child into their family. I campaigned on that, and pointing out also that paid paternity and maternity leave in the United States, far more rare than it is in many other wealthy countries. So it's, it's sort of similar to the vaccine stuff with Tucker. My assumption is he's been fully vaccinated for a long time. He was first in line, but he's taking the preconceived notions and biases of his audience and the ignorance of his audience to monetize opposition to vaccination requirements and putting out stuff like the vaccines may have killed tens of thousands of people, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think it's really what Tucker believes, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the impact on his audience and on the country is the same whether Tucker really believes it or not. I don't know, nor do I care whether Tucker is really homophobic or really has a problem with paternity leave. He is weaponizing it and monetizing it because his audience absolutely loves the thinly veiled homophobia. And that's fundamentally what this is all about. And everybody at Fox News seems to love it in terms of what it does for their ratings. At the same time, Fox has paternity leave. We know Jesse Waters took it. And much like Fox behind the scenes has one of the strictest vaccine mandates of any large corporation. Yes, what happens on air and what happens behind the scenes are two very different things. We'll have more on this on our Instagram. Make sure you're following us on Instagram at David Pakman Show. And you can follow me on Instagram as well at david.pakman. One of our sponsors is Cometeer Coffee, the world's first frozen coffee. I've been very impressed with the coffee I've had from Cometeer. Cometeer sources their beans from some of the world's best locally owned specialty roasters. And the Cometeer team has developed their own way of protecting the freshness and aroma of the coffee by taking its concentrated liquid form and flash freezing it so it keeps those original flavors and nuances. Cometeer comes to you frozen. You just add hot water. Or for iced coffee, you just melt it. You can use it to make a ton of different hot and cold coffee drinks. The way they lock in the flavor like this, you really can taste it. It tastes fresh. I've been getting a ton of enjoyment out of Cometeer. They've got a great variety of coffees. It's delicious. The way you make it is super convenient. And you'll get $20 off when you go to cometeer.com/Pacman. The link is underneath this video.